With all the attention on the House healthcare repeal bill that steals healthcare from millions of Americans and jacks costs up for everybody else, I wanted to make sure that you knew that the President of the United States is right now, as we speak, trying to sabotage the American healthcare system as political retribution against people that wouldn't work with him. Here's what President Trump is doing. He's trying to ruin the American healthcare system, to create a crisis that then will necessitate this piece of legislation. It all started when he issued an executive order.
Next is an executive order minimizing the economic burden of the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act pending repeal.
An executive order that commanded all federal agencies to start undermining the Affordable Care Act, and his agencies listened. The IRS decided to stop enforcing the individual mandate that was the underpinning of the Affordable Care Act. That has resulted in insurance companies all across the country jacking their rates up explicitly because they don't believe that healthy people will buy insurance. It continued when the Trump administration stopped funding the advertising for the Affordable Care Act and the health care exchanges. When President Trump was sworn into office, open enrollment was happening, and we were on pace to set records. But when President Trump started talking down the Affordable Care Act,
the fact is Obamacare is a disaster,
and pulled the advertising for it, people stopped signing up. And we ended up having somewhere around 300 to 500,000 people that didn't sign up for the Affordable Care Act because Trump pulled the advertising. And now HHS is threatening to pull the subsidies that go to insurance companies to incentivize them to take part in these markets. They've just committed to sending the subsidies on a month-by-month basis, which has left every insurance company in the country with the potential decision to pull out of the marketplaces without the assurance that these subsidies are going to continue. So there is a very purposeful, intentional, planned strategy that this administration is undertaking to try to weaken and sabotage the U.S. healthcare system so that they can have a reason for why this repeal bill has to pass, despite the fact that it will result in millions of people losing coverage, rates going up, and benefits going down. You need to know about this campaign of sabotage so you can speak up about it.